siya. Selection tools. Okay, so let's move on to selection tools. So what is our expected output on this? Let's go to File and Open. Let's check the finished version. So how do we make this faster? This is the finished version. And then I'm going to use the selection tools on which para magawa nito mas mabilis to make this faster. Okay? So what we can do is this. This is the finished version. Let's go to selection techniques. So the selection techniques, you can always use the selection techniques, which is this one, the rectangle marquee tool. All of this is selection techniques that we're going to use mamaya. Okay? So also the lasso tool is a selection technique. Okay? I'm going to demonstrate that. And on the newest version of Photoshop, we have what we call the newest one, which is the object selection tool. Okay? The object selection tool enables you using artificial intelligence to select it via Adobe Sensei, which is the artificial intelligence. Okay, let's go to the lumang version. Yung lumang version muna. You can always create selections by using the Marquee selection tool, on which this one, and you can just move this if ever you want. You can just copy and paste this using this. But I'm going to demonstrate to you how do we use the lasso tool. When you use the lasso tool, I'm just going to zoom in here. And you can just, if you have a Wacom tablet, you can just draw it here. But as you all know, I'm just using the trackpad in this situation. So this one will never be as accurate as we wish we would want. Kahit na siguro kahit gaano kagaling kayong mag-select, this will not be of good value. As you would see here, hindi siya tumatama. Okay, this one doesn't work. So let's move on to another one. You can press Command D to deselect this. Command D, Control D. You can always use Magic Wand if you want, but this one, I'm just going to give you the highlight on this. You can use Polygon Lasso Tool if you want to select specific objects on which has an edge. For example, if you want to select this, click here. That is using the Polygonal Lasso Tool. Click here. See this. So, dumidepende siya sa kung anong klaseng gusto mong iselect. This one, that's why it's called the Polygonal Lasso Tool. Okay? If you want a more intelligent way to select, you can also select what we call the Magnetic Lasso Tool. Using the Magnetic Lasso Tool, when you zoom in, I can just click here and automatically it would detect the edges when I brush it here, as you would see here. You see? This one will trace and create the following. This one is a fairly accurate estimation of the selection, as you would see here. As you would see here, this one is a very time-consuming effort. I'm going to select a very faster one. I'm just going to select, binibigyan ko lang yung idea para makita niyo yung mga ginagamit na manual before the new ones. Or, sabi nga nila, merong ginagamit na iba, gumagamit ng what we call the Magic Wand tool. The Magic Wand tool decides based on the tolerance value. For example, if I press this, make this 20%, and I click here, what is happening? It doesn't work that well because this one is not a flat color. What we can do is this. When we select this one is a flat color, I can just delete this. I can just delete this, and you can just create the following using this. Let's make this white, as you would see here. You can just create that. Okay, that's using the Magic Wand tool, which is I don't prefer as of the moment. So right now, what we can do is the new applications, the new version is we have what we call the Quick Selection tool. The Quick Selection tool will enable you to automatically detect all of this on which you can just move, and this one is already selected. What I can do is right-click on this and click on Layer via Copy. Okay? When I click Layer via Copy, it will create another copy on that, and on which I can now place it here. See? I've already created it using that method. That is how you could select objects inside of Photoshop. So right now, we have used the Quick Selection tool. what if we want to use the object selection tool? The object selection tool enables you to select more faster. For example, this one. If I want to select this, for example, this one, using the object selection tool, I'm just going to drag this and automatically the software itself, siya na yung mag-iisip para sa inyo. So siya na mismo mag-iisip. Sabi niya, baka gusto mong kunin to. Hindi ko na masyado maghihirap. Kasi baka ito yung gusto mo. Okay? That is the power of what we call Adobe Sensei inside of Photoshop. There's no edge contrast. Okay. Why does it happen? Because I'm on the wrong layer. Let's go back to background and select all of this. As you would see, automatically, this one is already selected. Okay? Yes, you can always select Add Mask, and then layer via copy, and then select this, and move it to this one. As you would see, this one enables you to work faster rather than doing mask and doing a lot of this. To switch between layers, if you want to switch between layers, you can use the, I forgot the keyboard shortcut, but I think it's, there is a keyboard shortcut. If you hold the command and then bracket key, you can just switch from one layer to another layer. Command bracket key. You can use this, or this one is involves the layer order. Okay? This one you just have to click, and in this example, how do we use this? How do we select this? Some of you would say, I'm going to use the pen tool, but I'm going to give you another implementation on this. Paano kaya yung technique? I can use this by using, again, the object selection tool, by just selecting this. As you would see, selected na siya. Another one is, before this object selection tool ever existed, what we can do is this technique. You can use the rectangular marquee tool, and then you can use this one, which is the magic wand tool, and then hold the Alt or Option and click this. Tingnan nyo kung nangyari. This one enables you to select the specific layer and then minus using the wand tool, and then again layer via copy and move this to this using the V key, the V keyboard shortcut, and then move this inside to be this. Okay? So, right now, sobrang dali nang gumamit ngayon ng selection tools using the following enhancements inside of Photoshop, which is the quick selection tool. Dito pa lang marami na kayong magagawa. Object selection tool, which has Adobe Sensei on it. And as you would see, you can create something similar to this in just a matter of minutes. Something similar to this. Okay? So I hope gawin nyo siya. Do this so you could just